FA Cup replay comes round tomorrow night. West Ham take on Shrewsbury after a disappointing first attempt at it at Shrewsbury's home. We're bringing League One outfit back to the London Stadium, and we really have no idea, or we have a rough idea of what team's going to go out and play, but we'll see what happens. David Moyes has got a few decisions to make with some players potentially missing. So yeah, West Ham Shrewsbury Wednesday night. I'm Anton, back to Irons United's channel. That side is Matt, that's Luke. I'm wearing the 1980 FA Cup final top because I want us to win a cup. Win a cup. But anyway, we are live. Get your comments in and we'll start replying to you as much as possible. Matt, Shrewsbury tomorrow night, thoughts? Matt?
I'm hoping.
He has got any.
I'm hoping it's gonna be better than the first game, because the first game we clearly turned up and just didn't want the game. Like, we were lucky to get out of that game with a draw.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if that had been a League Cup, we probably would have gone out. Like, we wouldn't have won that game. I don't like how long we played on that day. We wouldn't have scored.
Yeah. Look, what your
so
thoughts?
The fact that we got a replay.
Yeah, it was. It was one of them where I kind of almost predicted that we weren't going to give it a go after the Arsenal League Cup debacle, which I'm still pissed off about now. To be honest with you, I really am gutted we didn't try harder in that one. But yeah, it's just going through the motions in that Shrewsbury game, the first game. Played for the draw, in my opinion. Got what we wanted, but for me, it's a completely useless replay for our sake. It's brilliant for Shrewsbury because they get the money and possibility of winning away in London Stadium. So fantastic for them. But I'm not. Irvine's come out today and said a load of stuff. In my opinion,
look, talk about that. So today, Alan Irvine's come out and had some comments regarding the FA Cup. So look, just give us a quick rundown on what he's kind of said.
It's basically just saying that he's regarded as saying this is something that West Ham are kind of looking at aside just from the league form, and he's saying that basically, now the results have improved. We've obviously got a win at the weekend. It's all looking a bit more rosy than it was. We're seeing a bit prettier in the league. We can now look at maybe going for a little cup run. But to me, it could all just be sound bites, like a politician just speaking a load of bollocks. Because it's, let's face it, it's going to be a Tuesday night against a League One team at home. Cheap tickets. They need to sell more tickets. In my opinion, personally, this is going to be like. So hopefully he's right. Hopefully we do get a cup run going. But I'm not full of hope. I'm not buzzing about it. I will watch the game when it's on. But basically I'm buzzing.
Matt, you can tell you're buzzing, Matt. We're going to talk about some of the players we think might feature, but we have had some news today that's saying Hernandez was sent home from training with the flu. So, do you read into this, or do you think you genuinely?
I mean, I just had the flu. I had it last weekend. So, I mean, he's going about.
Yeah.
I know it came out the other day on Sky Sports. They put up, obviously, West Ham are prepared to take offers for him, and then it went on social media, done the buzz. That literally almost within like the hour that Sky had announced it, there was a picture of Hernandez's wife on Snapchat or Instagram with a English lesson with a dictionary and a thesaurus doing English, and I was like, well. It's much of a much. It's until something's come out and said either way, you don't know. Is it protecting him to sell him, or is it just he's actually ill? Because I mean, they didn't rule him out. Like Irvine didn't say he's out of the game. He just said we'll have to see tomorrow because he's got sent home ill.
Yeah. And we've all
but
seen.
I would unless if he's ill and he can't play, then fair enough. Because I think the Southern squad have had it. But if they've just sent him home because that's it, then that is generally where he must be done. Because if he can't even get an FA Cup team, like that is at the moment, that's essentially the B team. Like,
well,
if he can't get into that,
if he doesn't play, and potentially, and we'll come on to it in a second, we're protecting Carroll potentially for this big, massive signing for Chelsea. We're protecting Sakho to punt him off. Does that leave us with Ayew up top? Or will he give Martinez a shot if Hernandez doesn't play?
It depends, because like Luke said, it depends if what Irvine said is just sound bites, or if they actually genuinely mean it. Because the first game we had 3 games in 6 days, and he'd said before the first game, he said on the Monday before the West Brom game, he went, "I'm not playing anyone really in the game against Shrewsbury because it's just too many games.
Yeah.
Whereas we've now got, Saturday. We had Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, which any other team does. So he could potentially put out the first team tomorrow, at least some of the first team.
Yeah.
I'd expect he should, but so maybe you could see an Alvich up front. If not, then it'll be Ayew because we haven't got anyone else. We haven't got anyone else at the moment, have we? Everyone's quote unquote injured.
Look, I suppose the question is there when what Matt said is Arnautovic. I mean, if we risk him, then are we taking the competition serious? And if we don't risk him, do we even care about the FA Cup? And what would you do?
I don't. I will play. In my opinion, obviously, I'm this great lover of the youth team and whatever. And I constantly talk about it. I personally would play the least amount of first team players going. For me, it would just be a risk, basically, because I want us to do well in the cup run, but against League One opposition, if the youth or fringe players can't even at least give them a game, then that's shocking from our perspective. I wouldn't play Arnautovic, no, because there's also a physicality we get with lower league teams that they're not here just to play football. They're going to be more physical. They're going to put in more challenges. They're going to put more possibility of more hoofball, long route one stuff. So, you're going to risk more injuries, more tackles with players, more suspensions, and whatever else comes about. I think obviously, Arnautovic can't do anything wrong at the minute. He's the Messiah. Basically he's the one running the show along with Lanzini and all that. But I don't want to. For me, I think we played a few too many first teamers in the first round itself. So, in my opinion, you don't play Arnautovic. You do play Ayew, or you play a Tony Martinez. Finally, give him his first debut in the London Stadium. I just want to see youth, personally. I want to see if they can go through it. If they're as good as I'm kind of making them out to be and hoping them be, then why not? Home, Shrewsbury, I think against Bolton we did pretty decent. So
I think we're going to see some similarities to the first game. I was going to call it first leg, but I feel like it is the first leg.
Yeah,
and I'm just going to call it that technically. But I feel like we're going to see some similarities. I feel like we're going to see Burke. I feel like we're going to see Cullen. We're probably going to see Kouati, and I feel like Kouati needs the game on the back of the potential decent game he had at the weekend. But I just don't want to see. I want us to go for the FA Cup. I really do. And Matt, you came on beforehand, and we'll talk about it quickly at the end, just before we kind of come off. But you mentioned that if we do get through, you don't, or we were all talking, you don't really fancy us against Bournemouth, or you don't fancy us against Wigan, etc. But
yeah,
from me though, it's like I just, do you know what? How disheartening was it at the end of that first leg against Shrewsbury when we didn't beat them and it was a lacklustre performance? How did you feel after that? It's the FA Cup, guys.
I was quite relieved. I'll be honest. I was quite relieved. It is bad, but really, you're disappointed. But I was relieved that we just actually had a chance to rectify the situation. If it was a League Cup game, we would have lost that game because we did not look about scoring at all. Like the fact we managed to scrape a draw and get away from the game and bring it to a second leg, you're like, all right, we got a chance to sort out the result. It could have been. You look at Arsenal did what we did and put out kids in reserves against Forest, and Forest battered them 4-2.
Yeah.
So that's what we essentially did. We put out reserves and kids.
Been there, done that. Wore the t-shirt against Forest.
Exactly. So at least in the first leg, we avoided the giant killing. But now it's almost like the pressure's on even more because it's like you have to win, or everyone's still going to be laughing. Well,
listen, Shrewsbury are coming to the London Stadium. It's a massive stadium. Every team fancies West Ham when they come there. I mean, the club have put on tickets for a tenner, kids for a quid. Look, is it going to make a difference at the fact that the stadium's probably not going to be full tomorrow night?
I don't think it was ever going to be full, regardless, just due to the opposition, the fact that it's going to be a big game, and the fact that I don't think we really wanted a replay in the first place. But no, it shouldn't really make a difference anyway. I mean, how full is it going to be compared to the Bolton game? Because Bolton were obviously better opposition, being the Championship team. But you're probably going to get more noise out of Shrewsbury away fans, if I'm honest, because they'll be seeing it as almost like their cup final. I'm not being big-headed because of the London Stadium and being all big ego and whatever, but it's hopefully you get quite a lot of fans in. The atmosphere is decent, and at least if people that are going will get a good experience out of it. And you want to take advantage of the cheap tickets because when you get another chance to do that, great for the kids. Quid to get in. You can't argue. But hopefully it's a good night for the fans. Hopefully the effort's made.
Some positives to come from this game. Joe Hart makes his return to goal for the game.
Is it? I can't hate him. But, yeah.
But listen, do you know what?
Why are we laughing? He's a decent keeper.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he kept in the game. He kept in the first leg. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He did make two good saves.
If he hadn't, fucking hell.
Oh, if he hadn't, no, yeah, that's
lynch mob.
There is a thing that
pitchforks have been out, I think.
There is a thing that does worry me about these midweek league the cup games is the fact that we seem to come into these cup games building a bit of momentum, and then we play these cup games and they seem to knock our confidence, and it's always the following game that we either lose, draw, when we should have probably won against these teams. And this is the biggest thing that always does concern me when it comes to a cup game, because you look at the Arsenal game and you look at the Shrewsbury game and you look at whatever we've played in the past, and you just think we do drop the team lose momentum. Some of the first teamers that have played in that game the weekend before are playing there, but the other half aren't. They're rested, and then they're familiarising themselves with new players, etc. So listen, it's an interesting one. We'll see what happens, but we are coming to the end of it. But before we come to the end of it, look, today we've had some news on that. Looks like the Andy Carroll transfer is potentially gathering a bit of pace. And listen, tell me, ideal scenario, what would you do?
Well, look, I'm a fan of Andy Carroll. I think everyone knows. As a footballer, I don't know him as a bloke, obviously, but might be a prick in real life. But I think he offers the club something. For me, he's probably the best in the area in the league and whatever. But his fitness is a constant worry. So I laughed. I've spat the tea out when I first heard that they were even linked. I thought it was a joke. It was all made up. I've said this before. And the club today apparently quoted 35 million they want for him. Which is, I know that obviously English players get quoted a bit extravagant prices nowadays, but even for Carroll, that's quite a push. And for the owners who like offering £8 for a multi-million-pound player, that's taking the piss a little bit from the owners. I would personally, if it's being linked and if the link is true, that we'll get Bashuani as a swap. Then dreaming here a little bit, but I would take that in a flash. As much as I like Carroll, as much as I think he's an asset, I'm actually quite a fan of Bashuani as well. So 35 million plus Bashi, I wouldn't turn down that at all. Nice knowing you, Carroll, but it's been 6 years. You've made about 2 years worth of appearance at the most. So
look, are you saying 35 million plus Batshuayi?
Well, if that's the link I'm hearing about, I'm just grabbing. No, I'll grab it. I'm dreaming here. This is my dream. This is my January. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
I think the board have turned around and said they think he's valued that, because I think, let's not forget, I think Chelsea paid 32 million for Batshuayi in the first place.
Yeah.
So I think the board have come in and gone, well, we want his this. So it's just, I think the board are looking to try and do a straight swap, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the first thing was that they wanted him on loan, and West Ham just laughed and said no. And that baffled me the most out of anything.
Yeah.
Chelsea coming to West Ham, can we have Andy Carroll on loan? What? Why?
Yeah.
I still understand why they want him, to be honest. I don't understand why they want him.
I do. I get it. And I think, for me personally, I think if that deal does go through, of as long as we get Batshuayi in return for Andy Carroll.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to do the job for them that they want him to do. They're trying to replace Diego Costa.
No. Actually, I don't think they are. I think they're going to use him literally the way that most teams probably would.
Yeah.
I think he is going to be their super sub, Torrey Andre Flo type of player, come off the bench, score goals for them when they need it. I mean, you think about it. Chelsea have got all these quality players who can put the ball in the box, and if you bring on Andy Carroll for the last 15-20 minutes, that's all he's going to feed off of. He's not even going to have to work that hard. They're not going to. Conte will not say to Andy Carroll, work back in any way whatsoever. Do not do that. Stay up top.
I think Dan was saying a little while back that he was saying that Conte's got a history of using target men in the right way. Obviously, he was after I believe it was who's a Tottenham striker.
Oh, it was Llorente.
Yeah. Didn't get him, and now Carroll's next fit. And you just saying that, and about the players that Chelsea have got and the service they can provide him compared to our players. Okay, we've got some decent players in that squad, but the obviously Chelsea plays a different class, so for him being their team and the service he can get off them, it'd be double what we can offer. So it actually does make a lot of sense. So when I was laughing in the first place, I'm both sort of mug at myself really, because it does actually make quite a lot of sense, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, Matt, we've got a couple of opportunities here. We're potentially going to lose Carroll. We're potentially going to lose Sacco. Hernandez doesn't look particularly happy, but I still think Hernandez will stay. Batshuayi, I mean, we need another striker coming in, and if we are going to get, if two go out, I can only see one coming in, because they're quite keen to let us know that we're full of strikers. They've always been keen to let us know that we've got a lot of strikers, even though they're injury prone and haven't.
I mean, that's the thing. I think now the only fit strikers are Arnautovic and Hernandez. Because they even keep mentioning Antonio as a striker, and he's fucking injured all the time as well.
And Martinez.
If you look at it, the thing is, they don't consider him at the moment, because they've said, we got all these strikers, but he said, like, Sacco's injury prone, and he's on his way out. Like, Sunderland, West Brom and Palace are looking at him as a Newcastle. Like I said, Carroll's potentially on his way out. Chelsea. Ayew still being linked with Swansea. That's like 3 centre forwards, and then Hernandez is being linked with LAFC in the MLS, and that would literally leave you like Arnautovic up front.
Yeah.
I can't see them all leaving. Like I can't. They're not stupid enough to sell all the centre forwards, but by the looks of it, I think Carroll and Sacco could be the ones that look like they'll get done. To be honest,
just on that Sacco link, I just think it's funny the fact that you realise how the club's being linked with Sacco ain't much better than us. I know you go for money, but I mean, have those clubs really got more money to spend on him than us? They're really going to offer him the same amount or even more? Maybe if you're desperate to stay up and get goals.
I think he will get the money. Like, I think he will, because the teams that are trying to buy him are desperate. Like,
he's turning down.
If you look at Swansea and West Brom, I think he's turned down Palace, because I mean, who wants to live in Palace? I mean, Palace is awful.
Don't say that. People from South London.
No, I mean, it's not any worse than us. But that's what he said. Like, I'm saying what Sacco said. He doesn't want to go to Palace. He doesn't want to live in Palace. But at the end of the time, West Brom's not much better. But he thinks he's better than he is. That's the problem. Like, he thinks he was going to get like this massive big move to somewhere else.
Listen, I've said for a while that I mean, I think in actual fact, I mean, I'm a Carroll fan. I am a Carroll fan, and do you know what? When Sacco's on form, I'm a Sacco fan. But at the end of the day, collectively, they're not scoring over double figures each season, because they're not making the games each season. So therefore, we need to clear out of our forwards. For me personally, and to be honest, we've needed that clear out since the last season at Upton Park, because we were crying out for it when David Sullivan said he was going to get that marquee signing, which he might get that now. He might get the boy he wanted it all along 2 years later, and he's not been playing and he's not in form in Batshuayi. But right now, for me, the most ideal situation is Sacco goes, Carroll goes, Batshuayi comes in, replaces them two, and we've got him, Hernandez, Arnautovic, with Martinez in the ranks, and I quite like the sound of that, considering our situation as a.
Hold on. Are you gonna go all Hernandez Batshuayi partnership for the rest of the season if it's happening? Because it's been annoying as it has for me. I'm kidding. I'm joking. But yeah, I just feel you're gonna go Batshuayi, Hernandez. Yeah, it's the one that's gonna work.
Well, I tell you what. Look,
he's our favourite at Chelsea.
He is, but I tell you
what,
and he
scores goals when he plays. Like,
and I tell you what,
his goals record isn't worse than Sacco's. Like, you think it's better?
It's not rocket science in what you said. The look and every other. No, I know you are, but the thing is, we say this because we're West Ham fans, because the sarcasm is so true when it comes to West Ham. We don't know how to play these players in their best positions and how to play bloody forwards, because it's historically written in the stars. The last players to score goals left, right and centre for our club at that level was Harewood and Zamora, Championship moving up to the Premier League. Before
Dean
that, Kits and
Ashton,
Hartson, Dean Ashton, and then after that we've had no one. So I mean, yeah, why not? Batshuayi, Hernandez.
The closest we got to a decent centre forward since then was Bellamy, and we had him for like 12 months.
There was Carlton Cole. Honestly, I'm going to say this now just quickly. I'm going to mention this. Carlton Cole under Zola was brilliant. He was unplayable. Made Digland's team was full of
when he was like, was that when he was up front with Bellamy?
I think there's a couple of forwards he was up for. But there was times he's up front. He's done as a lone striker. There was times he was in a partnership. But genuinely, that guy was on fire under Zola. He was a complete confidence player. And once Zola got sacked and whatever, he was back to normal shitty old Carlton Cole, who's just a cult hero now. But I love the guy, I love the geezer, but he was shit after a while. After the Zola left and all the rest of it. So I've gone slightly off topic now, but I just want to, as we're naming players, I just thought I'd give him a shout out there. But yeah.
Well, listen, Greg Brown has written in the group, evening chaps, I'd take Batshuayi for Carroll in a heartbeat, and I would take a Kit Kat for Sacco, which I thought's a great comment. Great comment, Greg. And to be honest, mate, I would take a Kit Kat for Sacco as well, if I'm being honest with you. So
I still can't believe they're trying to get so much money for him. That's the thing I generally can't understand.
Well,
okay.
If rumours are believed to be true, back in the summer, we nearly got rid of him for what, 10 odd million to rent. I'd have taken that.
Do you know what I'd do on that Greg comment? I tell you what, mate. I'd give him a Snickers bar and say, get some fucking nuts, mate. That's what I'd say. Get some fucking nuts and start earning your fucking place, son. Yeah. That's
right. Listen, we said we would be a short preview, and we're not. So
it was never going to be a short preview.
But it's still going to be the shortest one. So I'm going to throw you under the bus, Matt, for a prediction for tomorrow night's game against Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
I'm going to go that he puts a positive team out. I'm going to go 3-0.
Oh. Excellent. Any prediction for scorers?
I think Lanzini will score. I think Ayew will probably score because I reckon he'll play. And then Obiang.
Right, okay. Luke?
I give it up. I've actually, after Huddersfield game, I've given up predicting his teams because that completely fucking shocked me. 6 subs
I said 2-2 that game.
and no strikers. And I'm thinking, you've lost the plot, mate, and we're going to lose about 3-0, whatever. Goes to prove me wrong completely, as I said before. So I hope, not predict, I hope he plays a lot of youth. I don't want to see an average play just purely for the risk and Lanzini and all the rest of it. Yeah, let's get Haksabanovic in, let's get Martinez in, all the rest of them. Let's just pile it with youth and see how it goes. Right. You want a score prediction?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to stall you.
Let's say 3-1.
You stole it. You stole it. I texted you that, didn't I?
Did you?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I was going to say, you're worried there. I can see sort of us winning 3-0 with hat-trick by Martinez. Go on, son. And then right at the end, Hart getting really relaxed and going to catch a ball and then doing a flappy hand ski and then letting it in and then just being just virally humiliated. I don't know, I hate the guy, but you know, that's pretty shit.
Hey, to be fair, Edison channeled his inner Hart yesterday, so we can't continually bury Hart.
Yeah, what was he playing at? Well,
listen, I'll go for 3-1 West Ham.
Shock.
Shock over, mate. So I'm going to go 3-1 West Ham. And yeah, pile a team with a really good amount of youth and some decent first teamers. But listen, before we go, we've got a Liverpool fan in the house who's just commented saying Liverpool are the best team in the Prem. Fact. Listen, mate, thanks very much for your input. You are on a West Ham YouTube channel, but listen, I know we've got the best fans in the world, and you're desperate probably to support us. So yeah, come on over and.
You know what? He's not far wrong though. Like if they got a good goalkeeper, they wouldn't be far off it. I'll be honest.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll save this for a Premier
Hold
League review show.
Hold on, before we get this. Hold on. Mitchell, mate. Unless you're going to comment on the Salah song, you can go away, mate. Because that is in my head and it won't go away. And yeah, that's the best song. You ain't got the best team, you got the best song in a minute. So yeah, no hate for Liverpool. Just for
And then lastly, Greg has come back on saying 3-0. Martinez to start. He'll score 3 and he'll do his 3 wise monkeys celebration like he did against Man United under 23s. Get in there, Greg. I'll take that. I'd
love that. Yeah,
trick for Martinez. Imagine though, Martinez did play. Imagine Martinez did score a hat trick. That puts pressure under Moyes for the weekend, and that's the pressure I would like to see. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Wigan and Bournemouth game, so it'll be an interesting one. FA Cup replay tomorrow night. Mitchell's come back on Liverpool fan.
I feel bad now. It's a great comment. I love that.
I listened to all your post-match content. Fascinating club, great fans. Mitchell, top notch, good man. Only having a bit of banter. Fancy coming on for a Liverpool preview? Let's do it, mate. Anyway,
seriously, it's up for that. In the Liverpool game, we'll have you on, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So listen, guys. Last points. We're 25 minutes. I'm Anton. I've got nothing else to say.
No, yeah. Nothing else to say.
Yeah.
I've got fucking
Another long preview. Another long
quick
preview, lads.
Right, guys.
Hopefully we get a win.
We don't need to make up stuff if we don't want to. It's fine. We can just listen. I've been Anton. He's been Matt. He's been Luke. We're Irons United. Come on, you Irons.
I want to go.